This is a guide to socializing for introverts. Now let's test first if you are an introvert or an extrovert. Now let me clear out a very common doubt that people have in terms of introversion and extroversion in the personality trait domain, is that introversion is equal to being socially anxious or introverts are shy. While that might overlap sometimes, but that's not always the case. I'll give you a very basic analogy that I first heard Simon Sinek talk about, which I think is a beautiful description of how introversion and extroversion works.
An introvert loses energy from social interaction, an extrovert gains energy from social interaction. So an introvert wakes up in the morning with 5 coins. Every social interaction, they spend a coin. At the end, they are depleted. An extrovert wakes up with no coins. Every social interaction, they get a coin, and by the end, they feel rich. Like going to a party, they gives them energy, versus going to a party sucks your energy.
Now, why are we talking about this? Why is it important to know why you're an introvert or an extrovert? Well, as an introvert, you have a hard time managing your expectations about a situation, about a social situation, and also managing your energy in that situation because it's limited. So today's video is exactly that, a guide for introverts to manage their own expectations from that communication, from that interaction, as well as manage your own energy. Now tell me in the comments down below if up until this point you found out if you're an introvert or an extrovert. One more resource I'm going to give you, which is one of the most important resources that you can get in personality testing, is the Big 5 personality test. Now this Big 5 personality test is based on one of the most efficient and prominent personality models in the world. I'm going to link that in the description box below, and you can tell me in the comments if you found out if you're an introvert or an extrovert. So today what we're going to talk about are modes of operation, 3 modes of operation: connect, compete, and neutral. The key is to set your mode of operation for each social interaction. And how do you find that out? You find the mode of operation out from your goal of communication. You derive the mode of operation from your goal of communication. What is goal of communication? Goal of communication is whenever you step into an interaction, whenever you step into a social interaction, you set your goal of communication, you set your goal of that interaction. What do I need from this interaction? What do I want from this interaction? How do I want this interaction to go? So number 1 is the mode of connect. Now I'm going to demonstrate each mode with a scenario for better understanding. So let's say scenario number 1. You are an introvert and you've been invited to a gathering, to a party, and you just think to yourself, oh my God, it's going to be exhausting. I know that's what you're thinking. For a second, I want you to think or visualize that space. Close your eyes. Think about the people when you enter the party, the people that you're going to meet, the warmth, the music, the food, the fun, the connection. I want you to think about the connection that you're going to make with the people around you. I know when I say fun, it sounds like, it's not going to be fun. It's going to be exhausting because I'm going to talk to so many people. And, as introverts, you know that you lose energy with each social interaction. But I want you to think about this as a table in front of you. And I want you to imagine yourself and other people on the same side of the table. Think of it as a collaborative lens. The way that we interact with other people, the way that we look at the world around us is a lens, a chashma. Think of it as a collaborative chashma. Scenario number 2 and mode number 2, which is compete. Now think about a negotiation that you're going into. Maybe it's a deal that you're trying to close for your business. Maybe as a creator, you're trying to finalize a final fee for your brand deal. Maybe you do a 9 to 5 where you have to negotiate your salary with your manager this week. Now, this is the compete mode. What you want from this situation is a win. I want you to turn your compete mode on. Sometimes competition is a good idea. So I want you to think about in this situation with you and the other person on opposite sides of the table. This is the competition chashma. By the way, when I was struggling in my own closest relationships, I wish somebody gave me what I'm about to show you. I created India's first conflict resolution card game called Let's Fix It. It is a conversational tool that you can use to solve fights and conflicts with your loved ones. Relationships are like puzzles, and each fight reveals a missing piece. And most people avoid fights thinking that fights are going to damage relationships, when in reality, fights don't damage relationships. A lack of repair damages relationships. And Let's Fix It is your repair tool. It helps you create stronger bonds. It helps you solve fights and build stronger emotional bonds, and to make your relationships bulletproof. Now Let's Fix It is available at beingbeyond.in and on Amazon. Now back to the video. And the third and the final mode is the neutral mode. Neutral mode is when you are just existing, you're coexisting with other people without any goal of communication. So let's say at the end of the day, you're tired, you've had a really long day, and then you go forward with a group of your friends, with a group of people to play some sort of game, some sort of sport, maybe pickleball, maybe tennis, maybe badminton, maybe football, whatever floats your boat. In that mode is where you're coexisting with other people and you switch on your neutral mode. You're coexisting, chashma. Here, you and other people are sitting on adjacent sides of the table. With these three modes, you can completely avoid the rumination that happens after each social interaction about what you did right, what you did wrong. Like I said, with the coins analogy, as an introvert, you have very limited amount of energy for social interactions. And if you go ahead and use these three modes, moving this point forward in your social interactions, you can not only manage your own expectations, you can actually manage your energy, your social energy very efficiently to put your most socially powerful foot forward. I hope this video was helpful and I'll see you in the next video.